Good morning from
London, England. If you saw our last vlog, you know that we drove our van all the way down to Bulgaria and then we handed it over to Louis' parents who drove it all the way back. And we just flew to London. Today is my only day to explore, so we wanted to film it for you guys.
Also, we're going lightweight today. We are vlogging our whole day on the Insta360 Go 2, which is this little camera that's literally the size of my thumb. I've made a video before on my channel about this, but it's like just a tiny action camera basically. You can get some really fun creative angles, but also it's so nice because it just slots into this little case, pops in your pocket. So yeah, the first place we are stopping today is Kew Gardens. So we're going to explore, have some fun, and then head into central London. So one of the accessories is this pendant, which you just slip on under your top, and then you can get first-person views of everything you're doing just by magnetically clipping it to there. Is it flashing?
Yeah.
Nice. So I haven't been to Kew Gardens since I was a little kid, and it was actually coming here that inspired me to turn my bedroom into a jungle, which if you don't know, that's what I did. I painted like a whole rainforest scene and had loads of plants in there. Anyway, we're about to go into the Palm House, and I think this is the one that was the inspiration. It's like a full-on jungle inside this huge greenhouse. I just feel at home. It's so humid in here and warm.
Yeah, it's so cold out. I was like waiting to get in here. Wow.
This leaf is literally bends across the whole park. Look how huge it is.
We had a few of these in our house in LA, and I just don't think it was humid enough. If this is their like perfect temperature and humidity, we did not do well.
Yeah, they were the hardest thing to keep alive.
Yeah.
My favourite flower, hibiscus.
This is the biggest one I've ever seen. Look at it compared to my hand.
That is awesome. So this tree behind me is a tiny banyan tree. It's obviously big, but in comparison to how big they actually grow, this is small. But it has all these amazing aerial roots that kind of come down off the main trunk of the tree, and we've seen these in like Hawaii, absolutely like huge. They feel like a whole field. I've been trying out these fun shots because this camera's so small. You can kind of like push it into little spaces and get these awesome little like shots you wouldn't be able to get with other cameras. I just looked it up, and this greenhouse was built in 1848. That's what I love about European history. It's like, this park is so old.
Got to the next greenhouse, which is the Temperate House, and just read that there are over 1,500 species of plants inside. And it says many of these plants are currently rare and threatened in the wild, and some are even on the brink of extinction.
Yeah, so they're doing a lot of conservation work here, which is really cool. This exhibit here, you can hear these like synthesized sounds in the background, and these have been produced by some really rare plants that are at risk of extinction. They've put electrodes in and then taken those electrical signals and converted them into sound, and this is called extinction sounds. I love that there's creative ways to raise awareness and work on conservation. There are loads of green parakeets here in London. So many of them just flying around. I think it's because maybe some were released a few decades ago and they just started breeding. But it feels rather odd. We're gonna have so many parakeets in Costa Rica living in our land.
Also, I think that's the most British thing you've ever said. It feels rather odd. Rather odd.
We're gonna grab some food, maybe a coffee, and then head off. Gonna get the train into central London.
We just stopped for lunch at the Kew Greenhouse, which is a local cafe here, and this looks so good. I think this has been around, when is it? Since 1895. Amazing. And I got stuffed eggplant, or as they say in England, aubergine. And Lily got a vegetable soup and a pie. By the way, we were talking about this morning. In America, when you're going over someone's house and you're like, oh, I'll bring over pie, people are gonna assume you're talking about like apple pie or cherry pie or a sweet dessert pie. In the UK, when you say pie, everyone thinks of savory. So yeah, that's just really funny. If you come to the UK, make sure you specify what kind of pie you want.
Do you want to do Harzies?
So now let me try yours first.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Good, right? The good thing about London is you can get public transport anywhere. Either the tube, overland, buses. It's honestly amazing. And it's refreshing not having to drive around, find places to park. Obviously a lot of our road trip across Europe. It's harder to do things in cities, but it's nice. Just taking trains everywhere.
And the trains are so nice and clean in London. I think it's one of the best, one of my favorite like underground and overground systems in any city that I've been to.
Yeah.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
What have we found, Raya?
A Harry Potter store. It's me.
Just and loyal.
Yeah, see? Still need to get a wand. Oh, this is cute. Little notebooks.
So we just got the tube to Victoria, and then we just walked 5 minutes down the road to Buckingham Palace, which obviously is one of the main sightseeing places in London. I have got a bit of a funny story about Buckingham Palace. When I was about 19, I drove up here one night with some friends, and I don't know what I was thinking, but basically back then these bollards weren't in place and you could drive all the way up to the front gate. And I drove up to the front gate in this crappy old car I had, and I beeped the horn, and me and my friends were waving out the window, and we were just joking around. I was like, "Yoo-hoo, Queenie, are you there?" Obviously we were just being very stupid, but it was only a couple of years after the 9/11 attack and terrorist attacks and stuff like that it was just high threat. So before I knew it, my friend Dave was like, "Oh, the police are here, the police are here." So I just thought, it was like, okay, let me just drive. So I was driving in that direction to get out, and then he was like, no, stop. And I stopped, and we were surrounded by armed police with their guns drawn, pointing at the car, and I had to get out the car, put my hands up, put my hands on the car. They were said they were this close to taking me into the interrogation rooms under Buckingham Palace, but thankfully they saw I was just being an idiot and let us go, but that was a close call. So
only you and your friends.
Yeah,
would do something like
if you
that.
come to Buckingham Palace, don't drive up to the gate.
Well, you
and
can't
honk your
now
horn.
anyway, but probably you wouldn't have done it either way.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never really got the whole royal family thing until we watched The Crown. Let us know if you watched it, but we got a little bit obsessed. And now this is the first time I've been here since we watched it, and it's just so much more interesting now that I know a little bit more of like what goes on behind the scenes. But it's wild.
Okay, the go-to you can connect to with an app, and I've got a preview here of what I'm seeing, and I've gone into time shift mode, and we're just going to walk along this path now with these amazing epic trees and try and get a cool hyperlapse down this path. So I was saying earlier, catching trains around London was one of the best ways to travel, but for me, the ultimate way is cycling. So we've just got these Lime bikes, or whatever they are, and we are about to cycle up to Camden to check out the markets there and have a little wander around the locks. You ready? Ready. Okay, check this out, we're in Piccadilly Circus. The bike lane.
To Camden!
Woo! We're gonna have a little wander around now. There's so many cool little eclectic shops around here. They have a whole container, what do they call these?
Shipping container.
Shipping containers turned into shop fronts.
Yeah.
There's one of these in Shoreditch called the Box Park. I don't know what this one's called.
I love that all the buildings are so well decorated, like above the shops.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Oh my gosh. One of the things Camden is famous for is its canals. So we're walking over the canals now. I've got a few friends that live in houseboats in central London. I think that is pretty cool. I feel like if we lived in London, we'd probably live on a houseboat.
That could be a cool video series.
Ooh, we should do that. Maybe next time we're in London, we'll get an Airbnb canal boat and share that experience.
Yeah.
I think we've spotted where we're going to get dinner, but there's so many food options down here. This is unbelievable. Oh yeah, thank you. Is this vegan?
It's vegan, everything is vegan.
Oh, thank you.
One is like this one, right?
Oh, thank you. Do you want to share this with me? Or do you want one? Oh. we are happy to see so many vegan restaurants here.
I think London might be one of the best places in the world for vegan options.
I think it might be. And it's only got like bigger since we were last here. So many.
Yeah.
We were thinking earlier, how much should we try and jam into today? Because obviously being in London, you can do so many things. And I think even if you were visiting here for a week, every day full itinerary, you still wouldn't be able to do everything.
I lived here for 3 years and there's so much I still haven't seen and done.
Yeah, and I grew up just outside of London and there's so many new things I keep discovering. Camden for me, I haven't spent a lot of time in, but it is definitely like the, what's the word? It is like the mecca for kind of arty marketplace, like cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. There's like tattoo shops and places to get piercings and like all these like cool jackets, embroidered jackets and stuff. Definitely a cool art scene for sure, a big art scene here.
Yeah.
And yeah,
street
the
art.
food options, amazing.
Yeah.
Great shopping, like cute little shops everywhere.
So anyway, it's been nice just quickly checking out Camden today. It's been really nice just being able to pop into London again before our next chapter. Obviously we had kind of a whirlwind trip around Europe. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's cool to be back here and catch up with friends and stuff. But unfortunately, tomorrow we are parting ways.
Yeah.
Raya is going back for a wedding in New York. I was supposed to be joining, but right now, travel-wise, it's still impossible as a UK citizen to travel from the UK or most of Europe to America. And you need to go via somewhere else for 2 weeks before you go back into the country. So I'm going to be traveling to Costa Rica.
I'm going back to New York to go to the wedding and then we're going to meet up in Costa Rica.
Yes, so the next vlogs you'll see will be us in Costa Rica.
Yes.
Hopefully, if everything goes to plan.
And we'll be looking at our lot again, hopefully getting a little bit further in designing our house, which we'll share with you. Also, hopefully we will fully book a wedding venue, which again, we'll share a bit of that process with you. And we're even trying currently to get a car with a tent on top so we can do a bit of like car life, van life vibes in Costa Rica. So definitely stay tuned. I'm really excited for the next few vlogs and the next few weeks. Okay.
Right, we're going to go and get some tasty food now.
Yeah.
Before the sun sets.
And then head back.
And then, yeah, head back to my parents' house.
I have an early flight tomorrow, so I gotta go pack.
This is, what did we get?
The truffle vegan chicken burger.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow, those are good.
Okay, let's chop that in half. We are sharing, we had a very late lunch, so we're sharing the burger and fries, and then we're going to get some more food later. That's the plan. Taste test. I think that might be the best vegan chicken burger I've ever had.
Yep, I'm gonna say the same thing.
We just had this realization that Camden is like the Venice Beach of London.
Yeah. That's why we love it so much. It feels like home.
Exactly, exactly. I'm gonna get a little motion time lapse from in the bus. We're at the front of the top. That's the place to be. So I'm going to stick this to the windscreen here. I didn't show you these mounts earlier, but this is how easy it is. This is how I was getting those cool angles on the bike as well. So you can like swivel it around, and then these, you just have to like wash them with water, and then they're reusable. Cool. We are back at my parents' house after a pretty fun day in London. I'm glad we got out, like I said, one last time. I'm sad that Raya's heading off first thing in the morning.
I know, but I'll see you soon in Costa Rica.
Yeah, this is the end of our trip to Europe though.
Yeah.
What an amazing time. It's been so good.
Yeah, and if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do because the next vlogs in Costa Rica are going to be so much fun.
Also, if you're interested in the Insta360 Go-To, we've linked it in the description.
Today's entire vlog was filmed on it.
Yeah, we filmed the whole vlog on it. It's been something a bit different, a bit fun. I liked experimenting with it and trying some different angles, and yeah, it's been good.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.